Hi, everybody. My name is Karen, and on today's podcast, we're going to be discussing jury duty and experiences with the jury duty system, and just basically like a personal blog about jury duty. More importantly, a blog about Yvonne's experience with jury duty and how hilarious it was. Spoiler alert: she spent the whole day in jury duty, and she only got paid $6, losing out on $2 for paid parking. So, with that, here's Yvonne. Okay, Yvonne. So, I heard you went to jury duty.
Yes,
Hold on. Okay, there you go. You good.
Okay. Yes, it was not a fun experience, especially if it's in December, like before the holidays.
Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah, that's the worst timing. But yeah, it was not a fun experience, and Stanley from The Office has it way wrong. To sit in the hallway, in the hardwood floor or in the hardwood
Wait, they didn't give you
benches.
chairs?
No, we were down the hall. I think there's a total of 65 people that are jurors, or potentially can be, like, half of those can be jurors.
So, when you... Okay, first of all, let me just do... Jury duty, how is it really? Before we even jump into, like, the actual experience, like, how many times have you been called to jury duty?
I have been called 4 times. 3 times I was excused because I was a student, college student.
Okay, me too. I got called twice, and I was able to weasel my way out by saying I was a student. And we're lucky because we have online now,
Yes.
so we were able to just go online and submit the paperwork and then be done with it, and not have to worry about getting arrested.
Yeah.
Because apparently it's a criminal.
It's a criminal offense.
It's a criminal offense.
And they
if
will.
you don't do your civil duty and show up.
As a citizen of the United States.
Who
Wow.
votes? Who's a
Okay,
registered
I'll
voter?
get to that later.
Okay, all right. All right, but yes, so I guess you can say we're in a pool of
Yes.
like potential candidates, and unfortunately, or I don't want to say unfortunately, because it's your civil
It's your
duty.
duty. If
as a
you
civil
accept to be
citizen
a
of the United
citizen
States.
of the United States,
It comes with
then
responsibilities, yeah. So
Exactly.
I understand, but what I don't understand is how some people get called 3-4 times,
oh my God.
and others don't even get called once.
So I guess it's because I think it's due to the fact that my record is clean. I feel like if you have a clean record,
Identity theft.
identity theft's not a joke, Karen.
Oh.
Millions of people suffer from that. No, but in serious note, I feel like if you have a clean record and you fall within the demographic that they're looking for, then most likely you're gonna get called. There was a gentleman that was called 3 times,
Oh,
and
wow.
he was ranting about how this is his 3rd time, how the system is rigged, how
Which makes
it's
sense
not
though,
fair.
because if you're getting called more than once,
Yeah, especially within 6 months. That's what he was arguing
within 6
about.
months, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
within
mine
6
was back to
months.
back in a year. I think it's like 2014, 20.
Yeah, mine was
2015.
like, I think it was within 12 months.
Yeah. So okay, that would make sense.
But
to
it
me.
it was consecutive years. So the first one, it was 1 year, and then the other two, they were 1 year, and then the next year.
Yeah. So which makes me wonder if we're, like I said, we're in a pool of maybe a specific trial that they want to do, because you only get called to jury duty if you're gonna do.
So there's
Like if somebody asks for a jury, right?
Yes. So the way it works, I believe, I'm not a lawyer or any criminal justice or anything like that, but I feel from what I've learned is basically let's say if there's a criminal case or a civil case in which requires you a group of jurors, then yes, that's
Okay.
how you're gonna get called. But if let's say if the defendant or anybody else does not request a jury, then you won't get called.
Okay. I mean,
So honestly, it all depends on the cases, and whether it requires a jury. And it was a lot of people in there.
So, so you get called to jury duty, and then how did you get called or how did you get summoned? Because I know normally they send a letter, right?
Oh my God! So I didn't look at. So I don't look at my mail until like later. So I'm so glad.
Irresponsible.
Listen, I don't get a lot of paper mail.
Okay, millennial.
But yeah, basically they sent me a card, letting me know that, hey, you're summoned as part of, and they in the car, I think in the card or the letter, they remind you that as part of your citizen duty.
Oh, they throw in that it's your civil duty.
Yes.
I wonder if I still have my jury duty card.
I think I kept it.
I feel like I kept mine, but there's somewhere.
Yeah, it's somewhere there.
Well, anyways, okay, so you get summoned. You hear it.
I'm glad I checked it because it was.
You mean you're glad we checked it?
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Okay. Anyways. So which goes on to my next question. I didn't mean to cut you off on that one, but why do you think you were summoned? You said it was because you had a clean record.
I feel like it's because of the clean record and because I vote. So I should stop voting.
Remember, don't vote if you don't want to go to jury duty.
I think the more you participate in...
So the more active you are.
Yeah, the more active you are in, like, basically being a citizen, the more you're going to be responsible. In the pool. Yeah. Okay. So basically, if you take the job as a citizen, voting and stuff like that, then most likely you're going to get called because they're going to see in the system that you're active involved.
Okay, yeah.
And that's the type of jury that they're looking for.
So I guess we're going to get to the meat and bones of it now. What was your experience in jury duty? Because you had to go this time. You couldn't weasel your way out.
Oh, my God. Okay, so I started out excited. 10:30 a.m. wasn't that bad, but then I realized, okay, parking downtown. So
okay, well, hold on. Let's talk about the day before. So the day before, I remember clearly you saying, oh, I can't wait till I get the rest of the day off. With your little smug face. Yes. Saying, oh, man, when I get out, I'm going to go to movies. I'll be able to catch a movie.
Oh, my God. I had my day planned. I dropped you off because, of course, we carpool. Yeah. I dropped you off. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to get my breakfast. So basically the day before I had planned my day out. And I was gonna. I had the movie times.
She did have the movie times. She pulled one. She
like, I had the schedule. I had everything ready, like for me to just get out. Go get out. Go to the movies afterwards. Well, little did I know that wasn't gonna happen.
Wow, I can't believe you spent the whole day at jury duty.
Yes. So I ate breakfast at home. And
okay, yeah. So let's get to it. So
I ate breakfast at home. I dropped you off. Then I went to jury. I was gonna take the Metro Rail, but I didn't want to do that because first of all, it's longer.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like the stops are longer in the waiting time. And then so I just took my car. I was so lucky because there was one spot available and I got it. Oh, for real?
Yes. Oh, wow.
I got it.
Yeah, because I'm like, it's downtown. If you get there late.
My mood was still happy because I'm like, oh, I got the last spot. This is a good sign. So I was walking.
There's a sucker born every minute.
Exactly. I was walking, and then they're like, okay, so basically you get in. It's not the same building that you're gonna be a jury, like where the cases are. It's a separate building.
So it's not the courthouse?
It's not the courthouse.
What you doing at the courthouse?
It's a separate building. And then you go in, you check in. You have to wait in the sitting area. The good news is they had chairs. Oh my God! And my I think it was $3 water bottle.
Oh my God!
I had to buy it. I was sweating
because they don't let you take anything. Okay, so before you even get there,
they do let you take. They do let you take your snacks, but I didn't know that because I thought it was gonna be like
In and out.
Yeah.
There you go. Being overconfident, smug. Yep. Conceited.
And then I talked to my coworker. She was guiding me and everything, and she told me take your snacks, but I didn't listen. Especially since because we didn't. I don't think we had any snacks at home. That's why I didn't take.
Yeah, because we hadn't gone grocery shopping.
Yeah, because that week it was a week. I think it was 2 weeks before the break, so we were literally busy. Work.
Yeah. Okay.
But still, so I didn't take my snack. I had to pay for a $3 water bottle, and it was just a 16-ounce Smart Water because I always drink Smart Water.
Oh my God, you and your stupid Smart Water.
Electrolytes.
Oh Lord, it's just water, Yvonne. They're all the same.
You don't know that. You don't know.
Oh, okay. Anyways, finish your okay.
So I had to pay for my water bottle, sit down, wait an hour and 30 minutes until I got called. They gave me a validation. I thought the validation was for like a full pay of your parking garage. It was a discount of $2.
Wow. So how much was parking? 10?
I think parking was $8, and then I had to pay $6. I don't know. I don't know. I think I did end up losing money. I don't know. Oh, because of the water bottle.
That's where you lost $3 water bottle.
Yes. So the $3 I lost, but the entire parking was paid because they sent me the check after 2 weeks after.
Oh yeah, I remember your little check coming in. The little $6 check.
But I still took it. So yes, I was waiting in the area. So the first type of group, and as I was looking around, there were a lot of people that were different, like different demographics. You can instantly tell.
So tell me about a couple of people that you saw on your jury duties, because you always see a lot of characters.
So there were some. So there were my age group. Then there were the older age group and the younger age group. Okay. You could tell that right away who are the younger, the older, and my group. And you could tell that some were minorities, others were older, younger, female, male.
Various.
So ones. Various types of groups. So you could tell that they were looking for diversity. Yeah.
Homer was saying that you can get out of jury duty by telling the judge that you're prejudiced against all types of people.
Yes. So basically, and I'll get to that later because I feel like, I'll get to that later.
Okay, well,
So basically, there's a different type of demographics or diversity. And then the first group of people that you get called are for the group for the civil cases.
Civil cases, okay.
So if you get called for the civil cases, I feel like for the civil cases, it's better to be called for those because I feel like they might be shorter.
What are civil cases?
So civil cases basically are like if you're suing a person.
Oh, okay.
And stuff like that, like really not criminal.
So I pulled up the description for that. It says civil court cases that involve disputes between people or businesses over money or some injury to personal rights are called civil cases.
Yes.
Okay, so basically. Yeah.
You do not want to get called for criminal cases.
Oh, what'd you end up going for?
Criminal cases.
And now criminal cases, let me pull that up.
No, that's a longer case.
So, criminal case, a court proceeding in which a person who is charged with having committed or omitted an act against the community or state is brought to trial and either found not guilty or guilty and sentenced.
Yes.
Oh, so those are like the aggravated assaults and all that. Oh,
so
those are
I
the
think
scary cases.
So my case, well, it's not my case no more. I'm so glad.
For real.
Because
now you can discuss.
Yeah, I can definitely
you don't
discuss
even know
because
everything.
I wasn't chosen as a juror. And okay, so let me get back. So I get called. There's 65 people
in the room.
Yeah, for a civil case, the first group
was it hot or was it cold?
It was hot.
Oh,
That's
my
why they
God.
got. That's how they get you to buy water bottles and snacks and stuff like
So
that.
you think they were price gouging you?
Yes.
Wow.
Price gouging.
Even though they took your day, they're also gonna take your money as well.
Yeah, exactly. And since I was a sucker for not listening to my coworker,
You should have taken your water bottle.
I know.
Cost you $6.
Well, I mean, next time I'll know for next time.
What you mean next time?
I'm pretty sure they're gonna call me in the summer.
Oh, I hope
now,
they don't call
if
me.
they call me in the summer, I don't mind being there a week.
Well, hold on. That was my next question for you. Was gonna be like, when is the best time to get jury duty summons? The summer?
I feel like the summer would be a great time.
That would be an interesting summer.
And that's where Stanley's comment comes into place. Because you're gonna be in the air conditioner, you're gonna be sitting in your butt, judging people,
getting paid to judge.
Yes,
people.
exactly.
I mean, albeit
that
small.
is the life. But I feel like December is like the worst timing that you could get called, especially because workplaces are getting ready for the holidays.
Yeah. So people get to go on extended vacations and whatnot.
Exactly. So it limits you of how many days you can take off. So with that being said, especially since people are coming from Thanksgiving break.
Yeah.
So, but yes, so there was the first group of people that was called into the jury. It was 65. Then the second group was, including me, was for the criminal cases. And I was also called 65 people. So we had to walk right across. It was far. Let's just say that for 65 people to climb into the elevator. And then you have to cross the street, then cross the other street, then walk to the
like
building.
Kindergarten.
Yes, it reminded me so much of kindergarten. They lined you up, literally. They lined you up, and then once you get into the courthouse building, you know how you have to remove your shoes and you have to
your
check
metal
in your
stuff
bag and your metal stuff
Oh.
through the metal detectors. Oh, it was so annoying.
For 65 people?
Exactly.
Oh my God. So where were you? In the middle or in the end? Or in the front?
I was actually 51.
Wow, you're like, I remember my place.
Yeah.
I was 51.
I remember it like it was yesterday.
Oh my God. But yeah, so then once they took you from that place to the courthouse.
So you climb into the other elevator, you're into the courthouse. You get up the floor where you're gonna be but not the room, the floor.
Yeah.
The hallway. There are no sittings. We had to be lined up by your number.
Okay.
And then some people were sitting on the floor. Others went to the benches right next to the hallway. But yes, it was a lot to take in.
Oh. So you went to the courthouse after they chose from the 65 people or before they chose?
After they chose the 65. So basically, when you're sitting on the first building, you're looking at the screen, and because you're gonna be looking at your number.
Okay. So
they give you a number, basically the form that they mail you, and that based on that number in the little corner, that's how you're gonna see. They're gonna say 2070 through 20 whatever.
Oh, and that's how you get called.
That's how you get called.
Okay.
So if you're within that group, then you're definitely going to get called.
Dang. So it really is like lottery. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay, so then you go to that room.
So we're in the second building right now. We're in the courthouse. We're in the hallway. I think we were waiting in the hallway for 2 hours.
Oh wow! There's no seats in the hallway.
There's no seats. I was tired. It was hot. I had my jacket, and Houston weather. Houston weather sucks. Like
we know.
It's cold in the morning and hot in the afternoon.
Scorching heat. In the afternoon.
So I was honestly, I was just so tired, hungry, sleepy.
Yeah, I remember when you picked me up. I was pissed. I'm like, oh, it was that kind of day.
And then what pissed me off more is as we were walking to the courthouse, the officer that was escorting us, once we got to the courthouse, she left us and she's like, okay, they'll be out in a minute. And then she's like, because I think people were complaining, and then
About the walk?
yeah, people were complaining that we were waiting for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So she's like, now y'all can thank this to Hurricane Harvey.
Wait, for real?
Yeah, and I was like,
what the? She really said that?
Yes, she said that.
So, okay, why did she say that?
I'm guessing because people were complaining, were like, why did they do it in December? This is not, no sé.
So the case must have been pushed back.
Yeah, I think it was pushed back due to Hurricane Harvey.
Ah.
So they had a lot of backtrack, which explains the amount of people that were waiting in the first building.
Oh, so because they're trying to get, okay.
So basically we were waiting in the hallway, 2 hours sitting. People were sitting in the hallway. People were sitting in the other benches.
Now get to the judge section.
Okay.
So after all that, and your horrible 2-hour wait. Now, before you even jump to that one, when in between did you get your water bottle?
I got it at the very first building.
Oh.
Because I was with the mindset, I'm like, no, if they have water bottles, we're not going to get anything on the second building. Or there's not going to be an option. And there wasn't. I didn't see any vending machines or anything like that.
In the second building?
In the second building,
so
the courthouse. Yeah, so I was like, I trusted my gut, and let's go with your gut.
Okay. So now you're in the second building. You've been waiting for 2 hours.
Up again. So after waiting for 2 hours, they're like, okay, we're ready to line up. Then we wait 30 more minutes lined up by your number.
Okay.
And I'm 51, so I'm at the very back. I was squished.
Oh.
With people next to me. And then the guy next to me, he was, I think, 52. And he's like, no, they're gonna, because I think he was talking to the lady next to him. And he was like, basically, they're gonna choose, regardless of how you respond.
Oh, yeah,
it's gonna be for one side or the other side.
Yeah.
And then I was like, so that makes sense.
So y'all were already in the process of getting chosen already?
No, we were not. He was discussing that during on the hallway.
Lord.
So he's like, you're screwed either way, because I was overhearing all this. And then he's like, it's basic. You cannot get out of jury duty. And I'm guessing what he was gonna tell the judge, because he did ask once we were once the bailiff comes get you, he aligns you. He starts sitting you on the benches.
On the benches, like in
the courthouse,
the courthouse,
in the courtroom.
Benches. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so you were making it to the courtroom already.
Yeah, so we were already making. The bailiff was letting us know to sit, and he sucks because he wasn't really going. So okay, the benches are. There's 3 sections for benches in the courtroom, and he was going right, like row from row from row.
Yeah.
But I think at the very end, towards the 50 number, that's where he messed up.
Oh, why?
Because you know how there's 3 sections for benches?
Yeah.
Like 3 columns?
Yeah.
He was sitting, I don't know why he sat the 50 people, the number that starts 50 through 60 in between, where he could have just start off with column 1, column 2, and column 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So,
anyways.
So, yeah. Well, anyways, and then, so we were sitting. We had to raise our little hand. Basically, the judge reminded us that as citizens of the United States, that we had to... basically, this is our responsibility if we get summoned.
Now tell me about the judge.
Oh my God! So the judge, he was very cool.
It was a guy?
Yeah, he was a guy.
Okay.
He was older gentleman. And he was a judge. I felt like he was nice for being a judge.
Okay.
But then I realized that, and he said it himself, the judges, the way they work is they're moderators.
Yeah, they
basically.
are. Yeah, they're supposed to be impartial.
Exactly. That's exactly what the word he used. So, and he basically went over what the responsibility of a
A judge?
Jury and a judge.
Okay.
And he's like, basically, you guys are gonna be making the decision, and based on that decision, that's where I'm gonna decide the punishment and stuff like that.
Yeah. So,
but yes, but so the next, okay, so here comes the funny part.
Okay. Whoa.
So he reminded us about our duty.
Yeah.
He reminded us about he explained the terminologies of like evidence, of facts, of anything like that. What are facts? What are testimonies? What are witnesses?
It's all the verbiage.
Yes,
and whatnot.
exactly. And while we were in the sitting in the benches, I was looking at both sides of the. So I was looking at the defendant. I was looking at the.
So did they have
lawyers.
The criminal or the alleged criminal?
Yes, they had
in
him.
the room.
Yeah, it was kind of scary because, like you see movies and you could see like whether you like let's say it's a movie.
Okay.
And let's say that the criminal's there, and let's say that that's the mob boss or something like that.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So if you're chosen and then this becomes a movie or reality and then a hit is placed on your life, it is possible like to...
Because they get to see who the potential jury is.
Yeah, it's scary. So you can... Let's say he gets out of jail and you can
run into him in the street. Yeah.
And at the same...
And you sentenced him.
Yeah, and then the way it's... For me, it started getting real once I saw the defendant.
Nah, was he wearing like the...
No, he wasn't wearing anything.
Like he was...
he was wearing his clothes.
Normal clothes.
Yeah, because of course, this is part of his case.
Okay, so he's not wearing... Like he was in prison.
He wasn't wearing the jumpsuit or anything.
Yeah, because he wasn't in prison yet.
Not yet.
Okay.
So... I feel like that's when things started to get serious for me.
Oh, okay. You're like, oh shit.
Yes,
he saw
exactly.
Me.
Because you start thinking about, oh shit, this is a real person.
Yeah.
This is a person in which you're gonna judge whether or not he's gonna go to jail.
Yeah, and for how many?
And for how many years?
Well, I mean the judge.
I mean, of course, the judge. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean,
this is something that you're gonna put a person's life basically into your hands.
Yeah.
And you're gonna be the deciding factor. One of the part of the deciding factor.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just like that right there. It starts getting real.
You're like, oh crap.
Yeah. And then as I was looking at the defendant, then I was looking at the prosecutors, and they were very confident.
Now tell me the type of lawyers that you saw.
Okay, they were very good looking.
Now were they well dressed?
Yes, they were very well dressed. So they had their cufflinks, their nice suits.
Okay. Versace.
Yes. But yeah, they were very good looking. And so,
now, did they look like they were country, like Texan lawyers, and kind of traditional?
So one lawyer looked like he was confident.
Okay.
So they both looked confident.
Now, age-wise, how old were they?
So one was really young, and you could tell the other one was there as like
a mentor or consultant?
Sort of like consultant.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was a group of two, and he was the other one was whispering into the younger one, because I'm guessing the younger one was the one that's gonna
prosecute the case.
Exactly.
Okay, so these are prosecutors, not the defendant.
Yeah, this was the prosecutors.
Okay.
The defendant, it was middle-aged man.
It was two?
So the I'm gonna call him the defendant because I don't know about his case.
Okay.
He was middle-aged, 40s, and then it was an older white lawyer.
Oh, okay.
And I want to say white lawyer because he...
Like Texan?
Yeah, Texan. Exactly.
Like a traditional movie,
old school movie. Yeah,
okay, Texan. All right, I know what you're talking about.
But I'm so glad we got off on a technicality.
Okay, so before you jump to that, now finish what the judge was saying. What do people want to do? So once you get called and they start analyzing the jury.
So basically, from the very beginning in which you step into the courtroom,
Uh-huh.
they're gonna both teams are gonna be looking at you.
So now, one example of this is the Good Wife.
Yes, then that is the perfect example
Of when they're choosing
of
the
when
jury.
they're choosing the jury, because
And they're running back and
instantly
forth.
They have to look at you. They have to look at whether you're a minority, whether you're female or male,
Mm-hmm.
or whether you're older or younger. And they're instantly, I feel like when you walk into the room, that's a perfect opportunity to see instantly what you are.
How
Yeah.
people look.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Then I started noticing, and that's why I hid my card in my purse.
What card?
Because they give you numbers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I hid my card. I'm like, because the judge said whenever you speak out, you're gonna have to, or whenever you answer out loud, you're gonna have to indicate what number you are. So, for example,
so when you say something, it's gonna be like
Yeah,
number 51.
see,
52.
number 51, juror has a question. What is blah blah blah? That's how you're gonna talk.
Wow, but you see how they put a number on you,
Yeah,
not a name.
Exactly. Might as well put a tattoo, a barcode.
Well, I mean, you're supposed to be impartial.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, it's all part of the system.
I guess.
Okay, well, anyways, get back to the...
Okay, so I was looking at both sides. The judge was going over the terminology. After he finished, he started asking very, not personal questions.
Just like questions
Actually,
regarding your
they
character.
were personal.
Yeah.
They were personal.
Regarding your character.
Exactly. He's like, one of the questions was whether will you hold accountable the defendant if he does not
Oh, take the stand. I
Take the
remember you told
stand.
me about that.
And then instantly we had a couple of questions that literally raised their number.
So you had a couple people respond to that question.
Yes.
Negatively
instantly.
or positively, or how to go?
It cannot be either
Like
or.
it wasn't negative.
No, it can't be either or, because
It was
either,
a good
either way, either answer that you give is a win for whatever side.
Okay.
So
So what were some of the responses?
So some of the response is basically, if he's not guilty, then he should take the stand.
Oh, that's what they were saying?
Yeah.
Some of the jurors? Or
Yeah,
potential
some of the jurors. Then there was one lady who went against that, because saying, she said, well, what if he cannot speak out loud, or what if he's
Oh, because some people tend to be bad at public speaking.
Yeah. Public speaking and stuff like that. So that automatically trumped, and it actually changed one answer.
Oh, when somebody else's?
Yes, once somebody else said that, I think it was the seventh person, jury seventh, that she changed her answer, and she's like, never mind.
That's valid.
Yeah,
okay,
that's
so
valid.
Well, I mean, it is a valid point.
Mhm.
Not everybody's a good public speaker. Some people just, they'll tongue twist, and there you go. You screw yourself over in the stand.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what the judge explained to them. Because the lady said, no, I'm going against that, and then the judge helped her out because on responding, because it is true, some people can get tongue tied and stuff like that. Bad at public speaking.
Yeah, they are bad. Some of them.
And then basically the other responses were, if he's guilty, then he should take the stand. I mean, if he's not guilty,
then
he should, because the man that was saying that was, if I were to be accused of a crime that I know I didn't commit, then I would definitely fight for my life,
Yeah, but I mean,
by taking the stand. But
So then, okay, after that one, what was the next one?
The next one was, something about facts.
Facts?
It was a question about, is anybody opposed of using something like the facts, like I guess the evidence against no sé qué?
Okay. So with that said, what were some of those things that people wanted to say to get out of
so
jury
the
duty?
judge asked, is there anyone that has a valid excuse of why, because he did let us know that the criminal case was going to take place within 1 week.
Oh, okay. So
yes,
during before the holiday.
Yes, exactly. That's why
Oh.
people were raising their hands so fast. So he's like, he gave us a timeline. Basically, it was gonna be a week and a half, and I say a week and a half is because he said the case was gonna last a week, and then the following Monday after that week, he was gonna
Make a decision, make a ruling. Okay.
So.
Oh wow, a week and a half.
Yeah, I can't.
That sucks.
Yeah, and let me tell you that the benches were uncomfortable.
You know, it goes back to the Simpsons when Homer gets summoned to that Quimby trial, and he's like, "Oh, so jury duty, that Quimby boy will hang for this."
At one point, I felt like that. I was like,
take out my anger
God.
on the potential guilty party.
But basically, the judge asked us all, is there anyone that has a valid doctor's appointment?
Oh, okay. So it was only a doctor's appointment.
So or anything medical procedure that you cannot miss or will prevent you from attending. And then people instantly started raising their hands, saying, well, some of them, I guess they didn't read the note about being excused from because they're college students. I don't know why they decided to attend jury.
Okay, so what was it?
So it's like, I'm a college student. I'm like, seriously? There was an excuse in the back of the
And
form.
that goes to show you that people don't read.
Stupid people. I'm like, oh my God.
So that was one.
That was one.
Okay.
The other one was a dentist appointment.
Oh.
And the judge basically was like, is there a way that you could reschedule that? And then, or are you in pain? And then the guy's like, no.
He should have said he was in pain.
Exactly.
I'd be like, you know what? I got
ain't nobody gonna know about your pain.
How are people gonna judge that you're not in pain if they're not experiencing the pain?
Exactly. And then another was, I'm also in college.
Oh, Lord.
And like, oh, really? What's your major? Cosmetology. And people started laughing.
Wait, people were laughing?
Yeah, I felt so bad for her.
Why were they laughing?
Because they're assholes.
I like how we say they were laughing, then we're laughing.
But I was laughing. I was one of the assholes.
Well, I mean, would cosmetology constitute as a part of college?
I guess so, because she's an HEC.
Yeah, she's a college student.
She's a college
then why the hell did she not read?
What
the heck, man?
I would be using my excuses.
I use them every time I'm like, check it out.
I'm a college student. I don't get paid parking, or I don't get paid.
I ain't got that kind of money. I ain't got that $8, $10.
And then the other gentleman, he was an older gentleman, and you could tell that he was upset about the timeline, because he's like, we just came from Thanksgiving. And then now you're asking us to take off a whole week and a half.
Oh, yeah.
To be in this case. And I'm not going to get paid for that. Wow. And then the judge, talked to me afterwards or whatever. Yeah, but basically people were upset. I don't think the guy with the dentist appointment, I'll reschedule.
His fear? He was in fear? Oh, yeah. Wow.
So basically, when he started asking those questions, the judge starts asking questions. You can tell that the lawyers, all of them, are writing down
the answers that they're saying.
And they're looking at your number.
Oh, wow, you're just giving those.
They're even looking whether you nod with another juror that answered a question, and they're looking at whether you don't agree. So basically, they're looking at your facial expressions.
Oh.
It's not the people that are answering the questions. It's basically everyone else.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I mean, that's good to know.
Yeah. And remember the guy that I told you about, how he was trying to get out of jury duty and explaining to this girl? Well, basically, he raised his hand, and he's like, I have a personal matter that I need to talk to you about separately, if I can.
In private? Oh, well, what the
I'm
heck?
guessing that he was going to say that he was prejudiced against
Oh. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do to get out. I don't want to be there a week if you don't get paid for it.
Exactly.
And see, that's what's wrong with the system. Is like you're supposed to be entitled to a speedy trial.
Yeah.
But like that's a whole nother can of worms. But anyways, so this was what was a technicality that got you off?
So basically we're done. I'm guessing the lawyers are choosing their sides. So who's gonna be a jury member. But I feel like the technicality worked on both of their sides.
Okay.
Because the way they were answering the questions, I don't think they had a good amount of people going into one side or going into the other.
So it was going to be
so I think it was a joint. Exactly.
It was a toss up. Okay.
So I think based on the technicality was that they didn't get a translator of, I think, a Philippine translator.
Oh, the defendant was Filipino?
Because of the witness.
Oh, the
So
witness.
The witness required.
So what was the criminal offense for?
The criminal was robbery with assault.
Oh, wow. Okay, so that's the case it was. Okay, and then so the witness was Filipino.
Yeah. And they needed a translator.
And then because they didn't have one.
But because the defendant side didn't get one on here on time, the lawyer raised a little email, and he's like, because we don't have a translator, you're all free to go.
Everybody's like, what?
Yeah, because, and then he's like, I overheard that they're like, oh, you were supposed to get one before the court case. No sé qué. So basically that delayed the but I think it was BS. I think
they just
both sides didn't feel the jury duty.
They couldn't really tell, so it was a toss up either or. So okay.
So
when they showed y'all that email, basically y'all were free to go?
Yeah, he basically said, you guys are gonna free to go, but you're gonna wait a couple of minutes while we print out your release forms. So I got released, yay, till 5 p.m.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like, the form says 5 p.m., but
it was like 4 when you got out at 4.
It was basically at 3:30ish.
Oh, yeah, because you picked me up at 4. Yeah, yeah.
But
oh, wow.
Still.
So that whole day, so what time were you there from?
I got there right at 10:30.
And you left the house at 10?
No, I left the house at 9:45.
Oh, yeah, because of the traffic.
And then I had to park. Then I had to walk to the other building.
Wow.
Let me just say that GPS is amazing.
Greatest invention ever.
Yep. I agree. But yeah, basically, I do not recommend being a jury member.
You're like
if it's in the summer, I would definitely do it. But because my work was so busy.
Yeah. It was a bad time, too.
It was a bad timing. I wanted to take a couple of days off before the holidays.
Yeah.
But that prevented me. So it just sucks. Like if it were any other day, then maybe.
I like a hard maybe. Okay.
Yeah, but if it's like, I don't know, like if it's in the fall, don't even ask me.
So okay, I guess to end this one off.
And can I just say that it's exactly like the
Good Wife?
Good Wife.
Yeah, that's the jury duty episode. I figured.
Yes, I love that episode, and I'm actually that actually reminded me that I have to rewatch.
You know, they put them all on Hulu.
Really?
Mm-hmm. They have the whole series is on Hulu.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah. So that's because somebody had mentioned it before to me that that's the closest TV show to what the law.
Yes, it's Karen, I'm not gonna lie, it's the exact same. Even with the technicalities and stuff like that to get around it, then it's the same as the Good Wife, or Suits, or any other type of lawyer show.
Suits, but yeah. So okay, so let's go ahead and end it.
Stanley was Can I just say Stanley was way off
about jury duty?
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Okay, well, I guess so. My last question was, who does jury duty affect the most? Like, who do you think would be benefit from jury duty, who would not benefit from jury duty.
I think if your work is gonna pay the whole day, then I think it benefits you.
Would you say it's a good experience? Just an experience in
I
itself?
feel like I learned a lot. I literally, like, if I were to be if I were to commit a crime, then it gives you that perspective.
Oh, okay. Like how it actually is in there. Okay.
Exactly. So in your case, if there's anything, like, let's say I commit a crime, I'm going to do anything, like, basically you're going to be looking at the jurors
as well. And be like, okay.
Yeah, because it gives you that different perspective of how it's a great experience. It's a long experience. Hopefully it does not repeat, and if it does, please let it be in the summer, because I do not want to be there in the fall. I feel like if it's in the summer, then that's fine, because I'm lucky enough to get paid for
but other people aren't.
But the people that aren't getting paid, then that actually I would not recommend, like, for them to be in there or to be summoned.
Oh, I mean, that's fair. That's fair.
I mean, and one thing I did get from that is that if you are so it's just like the judge said, if you're a citizen of the United States, it is your responsibility.
Yeah, it is.
Unfortunately, it is your responsibility.
Because I mean, that's how you have to. It's a civil duty. That's what it's called, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, thank you, Yvonne, for sharing your experience with us about your jury duty experience. It's good to know. I hope I never have to go to jury duty.
You just changed it.
No, don't say that. I'll weasel my way out.
I'm gonna say she's gonna get called in.
Oh God, no! That would be the worst.
I bet you.
Come on, let it be during the summer. That way I can miss all my tablings in the summer. What? It's a very good excuse, a valid excuse. Anything to get out of work.
Yvonne Hernandez predicted that Karen will get caught.
I will not be called to jury duty. You know why? Because everybody is guilty and innocent in my eyes. I can neither confirm nor deny that they are not.
Is the summary of jury duty.
Yeah, I can neither confirm nor deny. Well, Yvonne, thank you for your jury duty experience.